We should not be scared of ghosts, in case if you are. If you understand this, it will help you to overcome that fear. And if you understand this, it will help you to overcome many other fears of your life. I don't know whether you have that fear of ghosts or not, but I must tell you. Few months ago, because this thing I realized in Vipassana when I was doing Vipassana meditation. But before Vipassana, fear of ghosts was one of the biggest fears of my life. And there was a genuine reason behind that, by the way. Since childhood, I heard this story from my mother. Even when I was just this much, she used to share this story with very good intention. And the story was this, that Praveen, you are very lucky, but I lost my mother very early. Unfortunately, my mother lost her mother, that is my grandmother, when she was just around 5 to 6 years old. And out of curiosity, I used to ask my mother, so you never saw your mother or what? And she used to say, no, Praveen, I did. I said, when? And she said, when I was 11 or 12 years old, I was going to school alone, and her school was in another village. And she was walking alone, and suddenly she saw one lady wearing white color sari, open hairs, red color tika like this, and she was my mother. Now for that child, that story was very entertaining. And I heard that story several times, even when she was sharing that story with her friends. But at subconscious level, I started imagining that. And at subconscious level, I thought, yes, there is ghost. And it has really impacted my life very badly. Badly is a very difficult word. But as a child, then I never used to get up from bed to empty my bladder. And I did that almost for 18 years of my life. I took 18 years to control or to bring my bladder under control. That's a different story. But the reason I'm saying this, I had a big problem of ghost. Understand this. If you understand how to overcome this fear, you will understand how to overcome other fears also. Fears are fears. Understand. First, we have to disintegrate that fear. As a child, you used to break the car to understand the car, functionality of the car, and then you used to assemble, right? Same you will do with fear also today. You have to understand first, you have to answer a few questions. Keep the ghost fear aside for a moment. We will come back to ghost fear. Let's understand water fear. You have fear of water, correct? Answer a few questions along with me, in your mind only. Is this fear real? What do you mean by that? Can you see this fear? Can you see water? Of course, it's real. You can see water. Imagine you're standing at the edge of the swimming pool. You don't know how to swim. This fear is real. You can see that water. So yes, this fear is real. So if it is real, it cannot be imaginary. What do you mean by that? Either it's real or it's imagination. So it is not imaginary, it's real. So cross here. Is it imminent? What do you mean by that? Are you sure 100% you are going to face that fear? No, not necessary, right? It's not imminent. Not necessary that you will enter inside the water. Not necessary. So it's not imminent. If I have to give one example of imminent fears, example, you are in 10th standard and you have fear of maths exam. That's imminent. You have fear, but you have to appear for the exam, right? You cannot avoid that. But fear of water is not imminent. Many people, they have never gone inside the water in their life, or swimming pool, or maybe river or sea. So it's not imminent. Is it man-made fear or mother nature fear? Oh, that's a very important question to understand. Forget the answer. The question is very important to understand. Whether it's man-made fear or mother nature. So is it water man-made or mother nature? It's very easy to determine whether something is man-made or mother nature. Anything which is created by mother nature is same throughout. Throughout the world it's same. For example, water is created by mother nature. Throughout same. You go to New Zealand, you go to Australia, you go to US, UK, India, Dubai, water is water. So it will never happen that my son is in Australia and said, Dad, there is something in front of me, I don't know what it is. And he shows me and I say it's water. Come on, it doesn't happen. So water is water, mountain is mountain, trees are trees, everywhere. Anything which is created by mother nature is same everywhere. Anything which is different, for example, take money. Money is not created by mother nature, even though we are mad behind this man-made paper. But it's not created by mother nature, and because it is not created by mother nature, that's the reason it's different from country to country, region to region. Many things which are different, it's not created by mother nature. It's man-made. So is water man-made or mother nature? Of course it is. It's not man-made, it is mother nature. Now, what is the final consequences of this fear? Example, you face that fear, even though it is not imminent, but in case if you face that fear, What is the final consequences? Are you aware about the final consequences? What do you mean by final consequences of water fear? So one consequence that you go inside the water and you are just wet. But the final, what is the final? Drowning, death. Right? So you know final consequences. So you know final consequences of this fear of water is death. Correct? Now you know the final. Sometimes we don't know the final consequences also. We'll understand that. Do not worry. And the last question you have to ask yourself, is there any skill available to manage this fear? What is the fear of water? Final consequences, death. Death because of drowning. How to ensure that you don't drown inside the water? Is there any skill available? Yes, swimming. So it's not something that we don't know. If you are inside the water, what to do to ensure that you don't die. Swimming is the skill available. Correct? So here answer is yes. Right? We'll come back to this again. Let's analyze ghost also and some other skill also. Then we will see that why it's not even worth getting scared of ghost. Let's answer this. Is it real? Is this fear real? You said, Praveen, it's difficult to answer that question whether it's real or not. So let's make it very simple. Is it visible? Is it visible? Have you seen ghost? I have last 40 years I have never seen ghost in my life. I'm not talking about movies. So it's not real. Something which is not visible, it's not real. Correct? Now, is it imaginary? So here I said either it is real. If it is real, it cannot be imaginary. So if it is not real, then it has to be imaginary. So yes, it's an imagination. It's an imagination. Ghost is your imagination. Now, is it imminent? Are you very sure that you are going to see ghost in your life? Is it? No. Answer to that question has to be no. Agree? So it is not. It's not imminent. Is it man-made or Mother Nature? Now apply the theory of, is it same everywhere or is it different everywhere? So if you ask Indian to describe ghost, then Indian will describe ghost something which my mother has described. And that person will also add this, that the feet directing or backward or reverse feet. But you will not find same kind of description everywhere. Maybe people from US, UK, UAE, West Indies, everyone has their own way of describing ghost. So as something which is not same throughout the world is not created by Mother Nature. If Mother Nature has created, then it should be same everywhere. River, mountain, same everywhere. So because it is different, it is created by man-made, it is not created by Mother Nature. What is the final consequences? Are you aware about the final consequences of, in case if you are encountering this situation that there's a ghost in front of you? What is the final? Here we are very clear. In water, the final one, if you are entering in the water, if no one is there and water is deep, the final consequences is mortality, death. Here, what is the final consequences of ghost? Tell me. Either you will run, start sweating. What? You don't know what is the final consequences. You don't know what is the final consequences. Is there any skill available to manage the ghost? Tell me, what is the skill available? Tell me, is there an online course available? I know there is a skill available for water, fear of water. What skill is available to manage the ghost? Tell me, is there any skill available? No skill available. So, okay. Now, let's understand the last one. Then now we are disintegrating the car, we'll assemble the car. Let's take public speaking also. One of the most important skills, and if you go on Google, write fear of, you will find maximum people are saying fear of public speaking. And highly overrated fear. Let's analyze with the help of this theory. Is it real? What do you mean by that? Is this fear real? Of course it is real. What do you mean by that? What is public speaking? You standing in front of public. Public is real. You speaking is real. It's real. Public is real. It's not like ghost where you have never seen. You have seen public. So it is real. So if it is real, it cannot be imaginary. Is it imminent? Are you going to stand in front of people one day? Yes. I must tell you, if you are breathing, if you are living, there will be a day, no matter how much you are hiding and stopping and not going in front of people, no matter, you have to stand. Even if you are speaking in front of interviewers, or even on the day one in your office, you are just giving your introduction, every time, whenever you are standing in front of even 2 to 3 people, that's public speaking. You cannot avoid that. You are in society, you have to speak in front of people. So it is imminent. Right? Is it man-made or it is mother nature? Now that is very important. The fear I'm talking about. What is fear of public speaking? The fear of public speaking is like nervousness, scared, sweating, going blank. Now whether you are in US, UK or in India, nervousness is nervousness. It's same everywhere. The body, the way your body reacts. Why so many people they close their hand when they go in front of people if they are scared? Because this is a defense mechanism of mother nature. Because see, there's something wrong, you're not comfortable on the stage, keep your public speaking aside. Because your body is not feeling comfortable, start protecting your vital organ. That's the reason we close our body. So whether you are in US, UK, you sweat same. You close your body, you close the body same. So this is same, the fear is same everywhere. It's not different fear. Right? So it's created not by man-made, it's created by mother nature. What are the consequences of public speaking fear? What is the worst thing can happen if you don't know how to speak effectively in front of people? The worst thing will happen is this. If you don't know how to speak in front of people, you will not able to share your ideas, values, thoughts, suggestions, feedback with the world. I remember a book called Die Empty by Tom Henry, and I don't want to take the name of that person incorrect. Yeah, there's a book. Yeah, Todd Henry. If you read this book, Die Empty by Todd Henry, there is a sentence in this book. There's one small para in this book. Someone asked the author, which is the richest land on the planet? Richest land. And someone said New York, California, UK, this and that, or Dubai. And the author said, no, it's graveyard. Why? Because millions and billions of people are under the ground and they never shared, when they were living, when they were breathing, they never shared their ideas, values, thoughts, suggestions, feedback, stories, their learnings with the world. They never did that, along with all those, everything, all that content, they decided to go under the ground. So that is the richest land on the planet. So if the final consequences is this, that if you are not sharing whatever you are learning in your life, you know the final consequences, and you're not doing justice with this life. The best thing, the best justice that you can do with your life is contribute by sharing your ideas, values, thoughts and suggestions. So we know the final consequences. If you don't do that, you're just, I would say, underutilizing this amazing opportunity we have got called life, if you're not sharing, not speaking. So that's a big consequence, by the way, I would say. So we know what is the consequences here. You will not grow also. That is a very small consequence, grow. But I would say you're underutilizing the opportunity in life if you're not speaking in front of people, sharing your ideas. And is there any skill available to manage that fear? Now, what is the fear of public speaking? The fear of public speaking is this, that you're standing on the stage. Understand this fear of public speaking. You're standing on the stage and you're speaking, and when you're speaking, at the same time you're thinking that what people are thinking about your content. And because you're not able to validate that, it's very easy to validate in singing and dancing, whether people are liking you or not liking you. It's very easy to validate. In stand-up comedy also, they're laughing, is validation done. How do you validate when you're speaking? So because in the absence of that validation, your mind starts feeling negative. Are they really liking me or not liking me? And that happens only when you don't know how to present effectively, how to organize your content, how to deliver your content. Now, are there any skills available to organize your content and deliver your content effectively? Yes, of course there are skills available. There are techniques and methods, proper techniques and methods. The world champion of public speaking is only for 7 minutes. And if you listen to this 7 minutes talk, oh my God, they will change your belief. So how can in 7 minutes one person can change your belief? Because that person is organizing the content and delivering the content with the proper techniques and methods. So skills are available. Now come to the main question, Ghost. What is the logic of getting scared of something which is imaginary, not even real, which we have no idea whether you are going to face or not face? You are not clear about that. And it's created by man-made, not even by human nature. And at the same time, you don't know what is the consequences of that. At the same time, you have no skill also. So you don't know what is the skill available to manage that fear. You don't know what is the consequences. You don't know, you know it's created by human beings, man-made, and many things which man created, human beings created, they're wrong also. So man-made created, you don't know whether you're going to face or not. It's imaginary. What is the logic? Why we are scared of ghost? So the day I realized this, I started stopping turn back, because I used to turn back to see whether someone is there or not. I said, forget it. But of course you have to learn. Understand this now. 80% of planet is occupied by water. So it is real. Please understand this. It is not imaginary. Understand that also. It is not imminent, I understand. But it's not something which you will say that I am guarantee that I will never face. Right? Maybe someone was living near the river, near the sea. We never know. We know how Mother Nature is. Right? So it's, even though it's not imminent, but it's no guarantee. And it's not created by man-made, by the way. It's by Mother Nature, and we know the power of Mother Nature. And you know the consequences is what? Consequences is death. Oh my God. Skill is available. Learn it. Learn swimming. At least learn. Go in every skill we can go to the extreme level, but at least go to that level where you can swim smoothly and save your life. Same with public speaking. It is not imaginary, it is real. You have to stand in front of people and speak. And it is imminent. One day you will face. One day, I know in water, maybe you will not go inside the swimming pool, but whether you like or you don't like, people will push you on the stage. They will not push you in the swimming pool, but they will push you on the stage. So make sure you have to learn this. You have to overcome this fear. Man-made, of course it is not. It is, a fear is given by Mother Nature. Fear is fear. Right? And consequences we know. We will not grow. We are underutilizing this opportunity life. There's a big consequences. And skill available? Of course skill available. So if, to be very precise answer to that question, that whether we should be feared or we should be get scared of ghost or not, based upon this, absolutely not. We should not be. That's my perspective. What is your perspective on this? What do you feel? This is Pranavaka signing out. Until we meet again.